जय श्री माताजी. आपले दोन्ही हात श्री माताजींना जोडूया आणि वंदन करूया. परमपूज्य श्री माताजी, आई, आजचं पहाटेचं ध्यान करण्याची आम्हाला अनुमती प्रदान करा. श्री माताजी, आपल्या इच्छेनुसार आजचे पहाटेचे सामूहिक ध्यान आम्हा बालकांकडून करून घ्या. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना. जय श्री माताजी. सामूहिक बंधन घ्यायचे. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रारावर 3 महामंत्र, तत्पश्चात श्री गणेश मंत्र.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ती माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ती माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीगणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्ये नमो नमः।
आपला हळूहळू चित्त इडा नाडीवर संतुलन घेऊया. आपला उजवा हात भूमितत्वावर, डावा श्री माताजीकडे. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त डाव्या हाताच्या तळव्यावर. परमपूज्य श्री माताजी आई, सामुक्तीची इडा नाडी आपल्या श्री चरणाशी समर्पित आहे मा. श्री माताजी, आजच्या ध्यानाकरिता लागणारा संपूर्ण संतुलन आम्हाला प्रदान करा मा. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त इडा नाडीवर आणि लक्ष द्यायचं आहे का आपल्या हातातून चैतन्य येत आहेत. आपला उजवा हात श्री माताजीकडे, डावा हात आकाश तत्वाकडे. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त पिंगला नाडीवर. परमपूज्य श्री माताजी आई, सामुक्तीची पिंगला नाडी आपल्या श्री चरणाशी समर्पित आहे मा. आपल्या परमकृपेमध्ये आमची पिंगला नाडी आजच्या ध्यानाकरता शुद्ध व संतुलित करून द्या मा. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त उजव्या हाताच्या तळव्यावर. जय श्री माताजी. आपले दोन्ही हात भूमितत्वावर. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त मध्य सुषुम्ना नाडीवर. परमपूज्य श्री माताजी आई, सामुक्तीची मध्य सुषुम्ना नाडी आपल्या श्री चरणाशी समर्पित आहे मा. आपल्या परमकृपेत आमची मध्य सुषुम्ना नाडी ध्यानाकरता शुद्ध व संतुलित करून द्या मा. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त मध्य सुषुम्ना नाडीवर. जय श्री माताजी. आपले दोन्ही हात श्री माताजीकडे. चित्त आपला संपूर्ण चित्त मूलाधार चक्रावर. श्री कार्तीय अष्टकमचा पठण करूया आपण.
हे स्वामीनाथ करुणाकर दीनबन्धु श्री पार्वतीश मुखपङ्कज पद्मबन्धु श्रीशाधिदेव गणपूजितपादपद्म वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम् देवगणाधिनाथ देवेन्द्रवन्द्य मृदुपङ्कजमञ्जुपाद देवर्षि नारद मुनीन्द्र सुगीतकीर्ते वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम् नित्यान्नदाननिरताखिलरोगहारिन् तस्मात् प्रदान् परिपूरितभक्तकाम श्रुत्यागमप्रणववाच्च निजस्वरूप वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम् क्रौञ्चासुरेन्द्रपरिखण्डनशक्तिशूल पाशादिशस्त्रपरिमण्डितदिव्यपाणे श्रीकुण्डलीशधृततुण्डशिखीन्द्रवाह वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम् देवादिदेवरथमण्डलमध्यवेद्य देवेन्द्रपीठनगरं दृढचापहस्तम् शूरं निहत्य सुरकोटिभिरीड्यमान वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम् हारादिरत्नमणियुक्तकिरीटहार केयूरकुण्डललसत्कवचाभिराम हे वीरतारकजयामरवृन्दवन्द्य वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम् पञ्चाक्षरादिमनुमन्त्रितगाङ्गतोयैः पञ्चामृतैः प्रमुदितेन्द्रमुखैर्मुनीन्द्रैः पट्टाभिषिक्तहरियुक्तपरासनाथ वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम्। श्रीकार्तिकेयकरुणामृतपूर्णदृष्ट्या कामादिरोगकलुषीकृतदुष्टचित्तं भक्त्वा तु मामवकलाधरकान्तिकान्त्या वल्लीशनाथ मम देहि करावलम्बम्। फलश्रुतिः सुब्रह्मण्याष्टकं पुण्यं ये पठन्ति द्विजोत्तमः ते सर्वे मुक्तमायान्ति सुब्रह्मण्यप्रसादतः। सुब्रह्मण्याष्टकमिदं प्रातरुत्थाय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्मकृतं पापं तत्क्षणादेव नश्यति। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः।
आपला हळूहळू चित्त स्वाधिष्ठान चक्रावर स्थिर करायचं. आपला हळूहळू चित्त नाभी चक्रावर, आपला नाभी चक्रावरून चित्त अनाहत चक्रावर स्थिर करायचा. अनाहत चक्रावरून विशुद्धी चक्रावर आपला चित्त स्थिर करूया. आपला विशुद्धी चक्रावरून आद्य चक्रावर चित्त स्थिर करूया. आपला संपूर्ण चित्त आज्ञा चक्रावरून सहस्त्रार चक्रावर स्थिर करूया आणि श्री माताजीची अमृतवाणी ग्रहण करूया.
Today in India, we celebrate a special festival. It is called as Raksha Bandhan. Raksha means protection and Bandhan means the bondage of protection. It's a very nice good social custom to have this beautiful festival today. Today is the full moon day, and this day what we do is to tie a band of threads around the person whom you want to protect. But it is done between brothers and sisters. The sisters tie this bondage to the wrist of the brothers, and when they do that, they are putting all their love around the wrist, that it is the day for giving all their love, everything to their brother, as a protection, as a symbol of their protection through that thread. It's a very, very simple thread they use. And this has to be tied on the left-hand side, but people tie it on the right-hand side, which is a mistake, but it has to be tied on the left-hand side. In our Sahaja Yoga, the significance of left wrist is that it is the left Vishuddhi. Left Vishuddhi, which is here. And this is the left Vishuddhi expressed here. You know that very well. Now, left Vishuddhi is the place where our relationship of brothers and sisters exist. When they are disturbed within us, we start getting the problem of the left Vishuddhi. In these modern times, to talk of pure relationship seems to be quite boring for many people. But it's very practical and logical. I would say it is the most scientific thing to do. For example, every brother has a special feeling for a sister. And her chastity is very dear to every brother. If he's a normal person, if he's abnormal, then forget it. But normally a brother is very particular about the chastity of the sister. And he doesn't like anybody to in any way even pass a remark against the chastity of a sister. I mean, these natural things we might have lost because of whatever you may call it, the modern style of thinking or the machinery that is sitting on our heads. But the normal thing is to feel that way purely about the sister, and the sister about the brother. Brothers and sisters' relations are extremely pure and are also accepted in this country very well. For example, even in England, if you go to a hotel and if you are brothers and sisters, they'll say that sleep in two separate rooms, because under law you cannot sleep in one room. But in India, people will not understand, because if they are brothers and sisters, they should sleep in one room only. They say, what is going to go wrong with them? I mean, people can't understand. It's an insult to say to brothers and sisters that you should not sleep together. It won't be good. It is illegal. There is no law against this, because nobody does that. You see, it is like they say we don't say that don't eat feces. In the same way it is. I mean, you are not to pass a law for a thing like that. So people are quite shocked at seeing such laws. And first thing people told me, do you know what sort of laws there are? And I was amazed at this kind of a thing. I mean, people are so much natural that it is naturally comes to them that how brothers and sisters can be like that. Apart from that, supposing you call somebody as your sister or as your brother. It's a very well worshipped connection in India, and should be with us also. If you call somebody a sister, then not only that you do for her the way you would do for your sister, but in all your relationships, in all your festivals, in all the weddings in the family, she is treated like a sister. Now, I had somebody like that who called me a sister. When they got their daughter married, I told them it may not be possible for me to come to Delhi on that date. So they changed the date. But they said for engagement, we'll come to Bombay and have the engagement because you are there. I mean, I'm not related to him as a sister. But these things never crawl into the heads of the people. When this brother of mine, who might be at least, I think, 16, 17 years older than me, was going to Delhi, my husband says, very good, he's going, so now you can go with him in the train. And they booked a coupe for us. I mean, it was quite natural, and I mean, it should be. I mean, my husband would not allow me to travel alone in any other compartment, but with my own brother. I mean, he is just like my own brother. The more you think about it, the purity of it, just think how we keep ourselves clean, our attentions clean, our societies clean. For example, you go to somebody's house. The gentleman has 3-4 sisters. Now, when you go to his house, you are his friend, then they are also your sisters. No complications. There is no problem. In the same way, Sahajogis and Sahajoginis are brothers and sisters. You have to understand that you are brothers and sisters, and the relationship between us has to be purer and purer and purer. There should be no choice going on between brothers and sisters. But if somebody has a feeling for someone from the very beginning, not like a sister, then a relationship can be established. Or somebody sees someone for the first time, not as a Sahajogini, but is shown as a bride or something, then it's a different point. But if the person has been a Sahajogi and a Sahajogini, let this feeling grow within you of complete purity. It's all right. So today is a very happy and a very, very auspicious day for all of us. That we have to offer just a thread to our brothers for their protection. I've already told you the story of Alexander the Great. How many of you have not heard it? Raise your hands. Look at that. Can't be. All right. So I'll tell you the story of Alexander. You're very clever, I know. All right. So, the story of Alexander is like this. That Alexander the Great invaded India, much before Buddha was born. Or we can say after Buddha was born. And he went with the idea of conquering the whole of India. He was a very powerful man. But God did not want that, perhaps. So he was once defeated, and one king called Puru arrested him. Alexander had married an Indian lady. And when he was under the arrest of this king, that was the day of this Raksha Bandhan, the same day. So, she was a clever lady. She put one thread like this in a small little plate and covered it nicely with some nice cloth and sent it to the king Puru in his court. When he took it to the court, somebody and gave it to him, he had to wear it because that was the day of Raksha Bandhan. And that day, anybody who sends you this thread, you become the brother. So then he asked, who is my sister? So they said, she is the wife of Alexander. And he got really upset with it because a sister's husband is something very great in India. So he rushed to the jail and he fell straight on his knees and begged of his pardon. He said, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know you were the husband of my sister. He said, what? Yeah, you are. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for this thing that I have chained you this way. I put you here behind the bars. This was very wrong on my part. And he was so apologetic that Alexander could not understand the whole thing. Not only that, he brought him back and put him on the throne, his own throne. And he said, now you rule here. I cannot say anything. Now you become the real king and I have to become sort of your subject. So Alexander started looking at him He said, I can't understand this. So then he went to his house. With so many things that the king had given him. He gave jewelry, he gave saris, clothes for him, and all kinds of things, plus horses and elephants. And then, when he reached home, he found that his wife was smiling behind the doors. He said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Don't you understand?" He said, "No, I don't understand. These Indians are funny people. I mean, I am such a dangerous man. He had put me in the jail and now he has released me. I just can't understand these Indians. How can this happen to a person who is so dangerous?" So then she smiled and she said, "See, today is the day of Raksha Bandhan, and this is the thread I sent him. And because this thread was tied to him, he became my brother, and he had to release you because you are my brother." He was so frightened. He said, "That settles it, I am going home." Because with these Indians who can leave a prisoner only on a thread, you can't manage. These people are very difficult. He could not understand. Somebody can translate it in Italian, because there are some Italian people here. You can do it later on. The story can be told to them in Italian language. So this is what it is. It's so important that on this day, if this is tied on your wrist, then you become brothers and sisters. Now in Sahaja Yoga, brotherhood is the most important thing. That is the friendliness among ourselves. When you are very good brothers and sisters, first of all, your left Vishuddhi improves. This left Vishuddhi. You get this left Vishuddhi because we don't have proper brother and sister relationship. It's not that we should have our own sister, but any woman who is a Sahajogini is your sister, except for your own wife. And this is the feeling. Unless and until we develop that pure feeling within ourselves, you cannot work out Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja Yoga cannot be worked out. I know it's rather difficult to digest, but it's a fact. You have to feel clean and pure within your heart. Now see, we are so many Sahaja Yogis together, live in ashrams. We have no problems. But supposing if you had these problems, this girl is running away with that boy is running with that girl, you would not have known with whom she is living today. And those problems can only be solved if you have the proper sense of a sister and a brother. And that is our dharma. That is our valency. That we should know that we have a brother who is our Rakhi brother, and all others are also our brothers. A pure relationship must exist between brothers and sisters, and of course you have your own wife, which is your private thing. There should be something like private in Sahaja Yoga, and that is the only thing that is private for you, that you are husband and wife. The rest of it is all collective, and we have to live in a collective way among ourselves in very pure relationships. Now, as it is, we have to be in a collective being. At the slightest provocation, people become non-collective. They cannot have rapport with other Sahajogis, they cannot talk to other Sahajogis, they cannot live with other Sahajogis, then something wrong with them. They must understand something wrong with them and nothing wrong with others. I know of a Sahajogi who came and told me, "Mother, they are very unkind to me, they are very suspicious of me, they do this and do that." Nothing of the kind. It was his own mind that was working like that and giving him ideas against other Sahajogis. So never criticize your brothers and sisters. There's no need to criticize. If you have to criticize, criticize yourself. Best way is to criticize yourself and see for yourself what's wrong with you that you cannot fit into the collective. As you know, It's a tremendous task and so important today, so vital, that we all should establish Sahaja Yoga properly. Without Sahaja Yoga, do you see any other remedy, any other solution for today's chaos? We do not see any. Now what do we have to do? I don't say you must bring Himalayas here. Nor do I say that you must swim for 7 miles together. Nor do I say that you must take a plane which will take you round the world in one night. Nothing of the kind. These feats are not needed. A simple feat of rapport, of love being communicated to others. Just a simple thing it is the simplest. You see the children, how they are so simple, how they are so natural, that they immediately feel the love and immediately react to it. But we cannot. What is the reason? Why can't we react in that way? Why our attention is not on that point where we should react in such a manner that we should be absolutely congenial, enjoying each other's company? The reason is our attention is outside. And the attention is outside in the West, as you have seen, is on something wrong, because there is no brother and sisterly feeling. Supposing a brother and sister are walking, they won't look at each other, will they? Will they be watching each other? No. But the attention that goes outside all the time towards all kinds of funny things, because there's no pure relationship between them. Purity helps you to understand the beauty of a person. Otherwise, there's thought in between. Always a thought. If it's a dirty thought, of course, the purity is not there at all. But even other thoughts like possessiveness, of criticism, say, of repulsion, anything like that can kill the joy. So try to understand that there's something wrong with you. That's why you cannot get to the collective. We are one homogeneous, big, huge family. And for any mother, what is the greatest pleasure, which I have told you many times, is that to see her children enjoying each other, loving each other. And when I see all of you loving each other and pulling each other's legs and pinching everyone and enjoying each other's company, I really enjoy it. And when you shout at each other and also sometimes box each other, I like it. Because there's an expression of love in it. And that is what we have to learn, how to express ourselves. First, express yourself to your fellow beings that are your kith and kin, are Sahajogis. They are your brothers and they are your sisters. Like once Christ was told, your brother and sister have come. She said, who are my brothers and who are my sisters? These are his brothers and these are his sisters. He is the eldest brother you have and you are all his brothers and sisters. That is how one should understand that this is a relationship of brother and sister. And that's such a pure relationship. Now, when this relationship goes off, you get into troubles, very much into troubles. Whenever I went to Cambridge, I found the Vishnu Maya would just go on bombarding there. Every time there used to be lightning, lightning, lightning. This time it was at least 108 times there was bombardment when I was there. Whole night I couldn't sleep, I was wondering. But now I realize what was the reason is that in Cambridge University, it's a university just like Oxford, any other university, but Cambridge University is one of the most important universities. In that university, there are young people, young boys, young girls studying. In an university, the relationship between brother and sister should be absolutely pure. So pure that generations together, they cannot marry. As we have in our countries, the Gotras. What are the Gotras? Are the universities. And people cannot marry in the same Gotra for generations together. Even now, supposing my Gotra is Shandilya, which must be 13,000, 14,000 years back. And even today I cannot marry a person who is from the same gotra. So imagine such purity was maintained. And that is what it is in a university. There is no purity maintained. That's the reason in Cambridge I found that whenever I go there, Vishnu Maya goes on just, I don't know, she just goes mad. And every time we have had this experience. And now I know the reason, so I'm sure next time she won't do that. It's very important, especially in young age, to understand that we have to keep our attention very straight. If you do not gather wisdom in young age, you can never have wisdom in old age. In young age, you must try to gather wisdom. It's very important. And this wisdom comes from Shri Ganesha, as you know. And what is Shri Ganesha? Is innocence, is purity, and also is knowledge. From that it comes to you, and that purity has to be kept the way Shri Ganesha had kept in his own incarnation as Christ. So we have to understand that our attention has to be so pure that it should not waste any one of our energies. You know that with purity in your eyes, even a glance can create such a beautiful life for others, even a glance. So one has to try is to get very pure eyes. Thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. This is what we have to follow, all of us, and our attention has to be alright. For that, this Raksha Bandhan is a very good thing. Is a very good thing in which you create such personality of your own that you do not anymore try to put your attention onto wrong things. Now this attention goes out with many other things also, like aggressiveness, can be possessiveness. But the main thing is this, that if you do not have lust in your eye, 50% you are alright. And half for 50% is greed, for which you have to work on the Nabhi Chakra, and which will work it out on Diwali day. So for today, I think we have to remember that to get rid of all the lust from our eyes, we are celebrating today this beautiful, auspicious day to celebrate the love between brothers and sisters. Now I don't know whom you have chosen to be your new sister today, but it should not be just a thing of a lip service. Sister is a sister, and all your life you have to remember she is your sister. You have to look after her benevolence and her good life, and she has to bless you, or she has to pray to God that you should be always protected. May God bless you all. और हर कदम हर जगह आपके साथ हम खड़े हैं। हर जगह, कहीं पर भी आप हो, कहीं पर भी रहो, हर जगह हम आपके साथ हैं, काया मन वाचा पूर्णतया। ये हमारा प्रॉमिस है। मैं एक पल भी आपसे दूर नहीं। जब भी आप मुझे सिर्फ आंख बंद करके याद कर लें, उसी वक्त मैं पूर्ण शक्ति लेकर के शंख चक्र गदा पद्म गरुड़ लई सिधारे। एक क्षण भी विलंब नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन आपको मेरा होना पड़ेगा। ये जरूरी है। अगर आप मेरे हैं तो एक क्षण भी मुझे नहीं लगेगा, मैं आपके पास आ जाऊं। सबको परमात्मा सुखी रखे और सुबुद्धि दे। सन्मति से रहो, सन्मति से रहो।
जय श्री माताजी. आपला उजवा हात द्यावर. परमपूज्य श्री माताजी. आई, आजचं सामूहिक ध्यान आम्हा बालकांकडून करून घेतल्या मा, त्याबद्दल आपले कोटी कोटी आभार आहेत मा. कोटी कोटी ऋणी आहेत श्री माताजी. आजचं ध्यान व पूजन करत असताना काही चूक झाली असेल मा, त्याबद्दल आम्हाला क्षमा करावी श्री माताजी. आजचं केलेले संपूर्ण कार्य आपल्या श्री चरणाशी समर्पित आहे मा. हीच आपल्या श्री पावन चरणाशी विनम्र प्रार्थना. सामूहिक बंधन घ्यायचे. काही अनाउन्समेंट आहेत. जय श्री माताजी.
जय श्री माताजी. परमपूज्य श्री माताजींच्या कृपेत येत्या रक्षाबंधन आणि श्रीकृष्ण पूजेनिमित्त श्रीकृष्ण पूजेपूर्वी आपण विशुद्धी चक्राची स्वच्छता व संतुलन सत्र महाराष्ट्र युवा शक्तीद्वारे आयोजित करीत आहोत. हे सत्र ऑनलाईन माध्यमातून NSYS महाराष्ट्र या यूट्यूब चॅनलवर आयोजित केले आहे. दिनांक 27 ऑगस्ट वार गुरुवार म्हणजे उद्या रात्री 8:30 वाजता हे सत्र आयोजित आहे. या सत्रासाठी आपल्या सर्व सहयोग्यांना आम्ही आमंत्रित करीत आहोत. सत्रासाठी आपण लोणी, ऑलिव्ह ऑइल किंवा खोबरेल तेल घेऊन बसावे. त्याचसोबत घी कापूर सुद्धा घेऊन बसावे. पुन्हा एकदा वेळ आणि दिनांक सांगत आहे. 27 ऑगस्ट गुरुवार रात्री 8:30 वाजता. जय श्री माताजी.
मन से कहो माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। पाप कटे दुख मिटे लेत निर्मल नाम, पाप कटे दुख मिटे लेत निर्मल नाम। भव समुद्र सुखद नाव एक निर्मल नाम, भव समुद्र सुखद नाव एक निर्मल नाम। माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम, माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। परम शांति सुख निदान दिव्य निर्मल नाम, परम शांति सुख निधान दिव्य निर्मल नाम। निराधार को आधार एक निर्मल नाम, निराधार को आधार एक निर्मल नाम। माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम, माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। महादेव सतत जपत दिव्य निर्मल नाम, महादेव सतत जपत मंत्र निर्मल नाम। संत हृदय सदा बसत एक निर्मल नाम, संत हृदय सदा बसत एक निर्मल नाम। माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम, माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही निर्मल नाम, मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही निर्मल नाम। भक्त जन जीवन धन एक निर्मल नाम, भक्त जन जीवन धन एक निर्मल नाम। माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम, माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो माता निर्मल नाम, श्री माता निर्मल नाम। प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो माता निर्मल नाम,